Hello everyone and welcome back to Meeple Leaf Reviews. My name is Jeffrey.
And I am Jacob.
And I just got this guy in the mail. City of Iron is a game that we played quite a bit of and really enjoyed the first edition.
Yeah.
And I was super excited that they came out with the second edition. And I was so excited to actually get to play it today.
Yeah, it was a Kickstarter that they did for the second edition that finished and finally shipped out, and here it is.
Alright, so we're going to do a review. We're also going to do a comparison video between the first and second, so you can check that out if you want to see the differences.
Yeah, quite a few little changes.
Yeah. So let's go into the art and components.
Same classic Ryan Lockett, so it's all good. And I mean, the component changes in the second edition are a little off. They have all these weird shaped pieces, and I think it's for color blindness to help people discern between the pieces. And they're bulky and fit on the board a little funny, but other than that,
yeah, I really like the artwork. I think it even steps it up from the first edition.
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I really like the art. The components are pretty good. The cards are really nice.
Oh yeah,
really nice stock for the cards. The rules and teaching, I think it's the mechanics of the game are pretty simple. It's not too hard to explain what you can do, but as we'll talk about when we get into the gameplay, you're so limited by the resources that you have that it's going to be hard for new people to kind of pick it up and actually do well in their first couple games.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It's not too hard to learn, but it's such an efficiency match that you're playing against the other people. And if they know the game really well, then they're more than likely going to beat the pants off you.
Yeah. So theme. In City of Iron, you're building your own city, getting different buildings, exploring new lands, and doing all that. I feel like that's what I'm doing in this game. I'm managing some sort of city-state, and it's really hard to do a lot of things, which kind of fits in with the theme because it takes so much effort to, establish a new mine or to make this huge turnip field and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something you just do overnight. So I definitely feel the theme of that there.
I think the theme of the game is supposed to be that you're like vying for industry. Like, there's several different types of industry, and you're trying to be the best in each of the industries. And I feel it's more of an exploration game than a managing these factories and selling the most and whatnot. So I don't know that the theme is quite on point, but I definitely feel like I am exploring and advancing and expanding.
Well, and I definitely feel that trying to produce the most goods and to produce the most of a certain good, because that's how you score a lot of points, is producing the most of that. I definitely feel that you're trying to edge out your competitors. Yeah. You're like, what can I do to be the best at providing, gold ore or fish or whatever it is. So I feel the competition there.
Yeah, and I guess the expansion is all about accessing new areas to improve upon your resource gathering. So yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. All right, so let's head on to gameplay and mechanics. Like we said before, it's a game about efficiency.
Oh yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, you only get 3 actions each turn, and then maybe a couple free actions here and there. And the game is 7 rounds, so that's 21 actions that you get, and it is tight. Every action, you want to take probably about, I would say, 35 actions over the course of the game, and you only get 21. So, yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, I definitely feel that the basic actions that you can take, like draw a card. Yeah. You can tax for 1 coin, which is basically nothing. Yeah. You can
store a card.
Store a card, which doesn't even allow you to build it, so you'd have to spend another action later to build it. Yeah. Like, you can get science, like, because the 2 currencies are science and money. You can spend 4 coins to get 1 science. Like, they're just so inefficient. And every time you take one of those actions, you're just like beating yourself up because you're like, I'm not doing the most efficient things that I can be doing here.
Yeah, and I mean, even though you're not doing efficient things, it's about setting yourself up and also prevention of stopping your opponents from doing certain things as well. So even storing that card, it might not be so that you can buy it. It can be because it's really good for someone else.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to, take the hit, sacrifice that action just to stop someone else from getting a bunch of points.
Yeah. And I like it's kind of like a deck builder in a way, because
it's really weird, really interesting.
Because you buy the cards at the end of each round, and then they can go straight into your hand, so you can use them that round. And you choose what cards you want to buy. You have this huge stack of citizen and military cards, so you can kind of customize how you want to go. Do you want to just build more buildings and explore more lands, or do you actually want to go out and start conquering towns and taking over the resources that they produce? So it's really interesting that they go straight into your hand, and then you can order them when you use them. You put them in your discard pile in a certain order, so you can kind of fit how you want to draw it and when you want to draw it.
Yeah, because when it goes into your discard pile, whenever your draw pile runs out, you basically just pick up your discard pile, flip it upside down, and that's your new draw pile. You never shuffle anything. No. So it's all about setting up how you're discarding these cards as you're playing them, and in what order, so that you're getting the card you want on the top of the deck to come back to you right away. So it's really interesting. And then you have the two separate decks, one for military and one for citizens. So you're doing that with two separate decks at the same time, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting take on deck building for sure. I like the area control where we talk about, where you're competing over trying to produce the most of the different resources. Yeah. And I find in a more player count game, when other two people are competing, it's usually to the benefit of you. Sure. Because they're not competing with you, and they're splitting the points that they're getting by always being in competition over different resources. Yeah. So even though it doesn't directly affect you, overall the point total is in your favor. Yeah.
The other thing I love about the game is that there seems to be multiple avenues to victory. Like, it's not just one way to get points, and it's not like you're always doing this one thing because that's the best option. Yeah. You can really go any avenue you want, and they're all very balanced.
Yeah. I also liked in the second edition, the end game scoring is a little bit differently. Yeah. So in the first edition, you scored whoever had the most coins or who had the most towns, and everyone was eligible to score those. Yeah. But in the second edition, they're actually scoring that on the lands that they travel to. Yeah. So the people who explore more end up with more opportunity to score in-game bonuses.
Yeah, and if you just don't explore at all, then you don't get even an opportunity towards those. So you have to try and make up those points somewhere else.
Yeah, so it's a real interesting balance, so you can kind of tailor what you want to go for and make sure that no one else can get that bonus as well. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the second edition. I really like the first one as well.
Yeah, both are really good. This second one touches on a couple different things, balancing issues and design as well. Just overall, what do you call it? Just the design of the board and all that.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for the expansion that it came out for first edition. Yeah. I can't wait to get it for the second edition, because it just makes each of the different factions that much more different. So you get that many more different strategies. So I'm really excited for that to come out.
Yeah, because each player has probably about 30 cards in the core box to build a deck with. And then the expansion adds like another 15 to 20 on top of that. So you have this like big stack of 50 cards, and you can buy them in any order you want, depending on the strategy that you want to do. Yeah. Finding all these crazy combinations. The diversity is just amazing in this game.
Yeah. So shall we go into our final rating?
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a game that I really enjoy, and if someone wanted to play it, I probably wouldn't turn them down. Yeah. And every now and again, I'll get into this mood where I just want to, just burn your brain trying to come up with the combo, right? Because it's there. You just have to discover it. Yeah. It's all up to you. There's no real luck or anything involved. You just have to figure out what combo you want to put together and then put it together efficiently.
Yeah. I also gave this game an 8.5. Nice. I also think it's an amazing game. However, the only time I would ever turn this down, I think, is if they wanted to play it multiple times in a row. I don't know. Just because it is such a brain burner game. Yeah. I don't know if I would just want to sit down twice through this game and battle it out. I might because I love it so much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my brain might just melt.
Yeah.
And like pour out my ears or something.
All right. Well, that's City of Iron from Red Raven Games, 2nd edition. If it sounds cool to you, check it out.
And don't forget to check out our other comparison video that will be coming up shortly if it's not up already.
All right. See you guys next time.
Thanks for watching.